Look, there has been whispers for months about some sort of mediation of sorts between Harry, William and the King. Now, I'm a lawyer by profession, and mediations and apologies generally involve some sort of compromise. I'm not sure Harry has got that memo, though, and I'll note the ultimatum that you referred to earlier. Do we know what's going on behind the scenes at the moment on this?
No, we really don't. All we know is speculation, what we're told by palace sources. Is that accurate? Is that a spin? I mean, there has been talk about the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, acting as some sort of mediator. That story seems now to have gone away. I mean, Harry's position has always been that the ball is in their court. He said that right from the get-go. The first move towards any sort of reconciliation has to come from them. Well, I suspect on the side of the royal family, they feel that a guy who's taken part in a 6-part documentary and written a best-selling autobiography, in parts trashing members of the royal family, is the one who ought to apologize. So I see a bit of an impasse there. Certainly, Prince William, Harry's brother, is in no mood to apologize. He's seriously upset and angry about what has been said. The King, Charles, has always said that he wants to reach out to the person he's called his darling boy. That's Harry. Now, that would be a coming together as a family. I would be amazed if that included a formal apology. So it is, to be fair, very, very difficult to see right now how this is all going to end.
And what do you think will ultimately happen there? And do you think that this is more for something that goes into the basket of after the coronation?
Yeah, I mean, Charles, this Charles's big day. He's waited for 74 years for this. You know, he doesn't want his big day to be spoilt. And to be fair, the British public don't want it to be spoilt either, because however cynical we are and largely apathetic in considerable numbers about the royal family, you know, we're going to get a day off for this do. We're going to have a bank holiday on Monday. There's going to be street parties. And the Brits love that. And they don't all have to be flag-waving royals, you know, to share in the party spirit. And we've been cynical about these things in the past. Would it be the same for William and Kate's wedding as it was for Charles and Diana, and so on and so on and so on? And it always is. People get the flags out, they wave them, they sit out on their trestle tables in the street, and they have a good day. So nobody wants that to be spoiled by some sort of brooding prince on the sidelines. At least of all, if he's going to become the centre of attention. But as we've said, he kind of has to be there. He has to be invited, and he will be invited. And I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Harry personally to say no to his father's coronation. What Meghan does is a different matter, and I would be personally a little surprised if she comes.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Royal Sussex Squad, your go-to place for truth, fairness and setting the record straight about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. If you're tired of the constant smear campaigns, biased royal commentators and ridiculous palace sources, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and stay tuned for an explosive discussion, because today we are diving deep into the latest so-called mediation talk surrounding Prince Harry, Prince William and King Charles. And let me tell you, this one is dripping with hypocrisy, entitlement and royal double standards. So there have been whispers for months about some so-called mediation between Prince Harry, Prince William and King Charles. According to certain royal experts who seem to have a direct line to the palace's propaganda department, there's an alleged standoff. They claim that Harry needs to apologize for his tell-all Netflix documentary and best-selling memoir, Spare. Now let's take a step back and analyze this nonsense with clear eyes and logic. First of all, mediation typically involves two parties coming to the table with the willingness to compromise. But tell me, when has the royal family ever taken accountability for their actions? When has William, the future king, with an apparent anger problem, shown any willingness to make peace? When has Charles, a man who has spent decades prioritizing optics over genuine family relationships, actually reached out in good faith? And let's not forget the wider institution, the so-called firm, which has made it crystal clear that it prefers the status quo over actually addressing the toxic environment that led Harry and Meghan to walk away in the first place. Let's be real. The monarchy doesn't want reconciliation. They want submission. They want Harry to crawl back, apologize, and pretend the years of abuse, racism, and gaslighting didn't happen. They want Meghan to vanish into the background, to be erased from history as if she never existed. But here's the kicker. Harry has made it clear from day one that the ball is in their court. He has set his boundaries. He has spoken his truth. And if the royals were really interested in healing the rift, they would acknowledge the harm they've caused, rather than expecting Harry to sweep it under the rug like a dutiful royal puppet. And the audacity to suggest that he should apologize. Apologize for what? For telling the world about the lies, the betrayal, and the backstabbing that was already happening behind closed doors. For refusing to be the royal family's scapegoat. No. The only people who need to be apologizing are the ones who allowed a vicious, racist smear campaign to be launched against Meghan, who sat back as she was dragged through the mud and who let the British press hound her while she was pregnant and suicidal. And speaking of Meghan, oh, you just know the media loves to obsess over her every move. Now, there's speculation over whether she will attend future royal events, but why should she? Why would she walk into an institution that has done everything in its power to make her life miserable? This isn't about family, this is about control, this is about a system that cannot tolerate an independent black woman standing firm in her worth and refusing to bow to their outdated, archaic traditions. Meghan doesn't need them, and quite frankly, neither does Harry. Let's also talk about the timing of this so-called mediation. We saw the same tactics before the coronation. The monarchy and the British press love to stir up drama, make Harry and Meghan look bad, and conveniently leak information right when they need a distraction. But guess what? We see right through it. The timing of these leaks always serves a purpose: to divert attention from the real royal scandals, to push a narrative that demonizes Harry and Meghan while protecting the institution's worst offenders. The truth is, Harry is thriving. He's building a life with Meghan and their children away from the dysfunction of the firm. They have successful projects, genuine supporters, and a platform that doesn't rely on outdated traditions and media manipulation. Meanwhile, back in the UK, the royals are stuck in a cycle of secrecy, infighting, and PR disasters. Their relevance is fading, and their desperation is showing. And what's worse, the British media is complicit in propping up this failing system, acting as mouthpieces for an institution that refuses to evolve with the times. So what's the takeaway here? The royal family isn't looking for peace, they're looking for submission. But Harry and Meghan are done playing their games. They are done being silenced. They are done taking the blame for a toxic family dynamic that they didn't create. And as for all the royal experts pushing these ridiculous narratives, they need to find a new obsession because the Sussexes aren't losing sleep over them. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe the royals actually want reconciliation, or is this just another PR stunt? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like more of the same tired tactics. And we are not falling for it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more truth bombs. And if you want to support the channel, don't forget to send a super thanks. Your support helps keep this channel going, so we can continue to call out the nonsense and uplift the voices that truly matter. Until next time, stay bold, stay unapologetic, and always stand with the Sussexes. See you in the next one.